Now on CoastTV News.
Two large developments in the works for Route 9, the projects that were discussed in a meeting today up in Dover.
Felony charges at Sussex Central High School, the weapon that one student brought to class, and the fallout to follow.
Update, a crash turns deadly. The accident that happened more than a month ago and the tragic change in circumstances that happened this week.
Wind farms, clean energy, but also controversial. A new proposal ties into our CoastTV poll of the night.
And we are expecting a crystal clear Christmas. Chillingly cheerful climate will be gift wrapped for us courtesy of Mother Nature.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Thousands of new homes, that's what could be built on Route 9 if a developer gets their way. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our News at 11. We begin tonight with more development.
A presentation was made today in Dover to build more housing along Route 9, but some neighbors are a bit skeptical if this area can support all that growth.
CoastTV News reporter Charles Reinert shows us what the future of this well-traveled roadway could look like.
These are the locations for two massive developments on Route 9. Both Cool Spring Crossing and North Star aim to bring countless houses to the area. Susan Brooks says it's too much, too fast.
I'd like it to slow down a bit. I think it's a beautiful area. I love it here. But the more and more people we get, the tougher it's going to be to get around.
The North Star development would add 700 homes, thousands of acres of commercial space, and around 100 affordable housing options. But Stephanie Wushner worries more development will change the feel of Sussex County.
Where's going to be the open land if everything gets developed?
In a meeting in Dover, the developer said this stretch of the road is part of the Henlopen Transportation Improvement District, where the state is already making preparations for more traffic, but some people still don't like it.
What makes Delaware so nice is these quaint little small towns, and if everybody is moving in from everywhere and making, just cluttering up our land around us, it just seems like, it's changing what we came here for.
The other development, called Cool Spring Crossing, has been in the works for years now. It's a similar plan to North Star, but even bigger, adding an expected 2,000 homes, 700 of which would be considered workforce housing. According to the developer's website, it believes in, quote, giving back to where we live. Both of these projects are still in the working stage, and both are still awaiting final approvals. I'm Charles Reinert in Lewis, CoastTV News.
Another development is also under review near the Angola area. The Office of State Planning Preliminary Land Use Service is looking to add a housing development on the corner of Dorman Road and Route 24. The site plan is considering dividing one 7.4 acre of land into two equal land parcels and building 4 apartment buildings containing 84 homes.
New tonight, a Sussex Central High School student was committed to the Stevenson House Detention Center after reportedly bringing a BB gun to school today. Delaware State Police say the 17-year-old scared others by repeatedly pulling the slide of the gun back and letting go. The school resource officer and constables intervened to detain the teen. He was charged with felony carrying a concealed deadly weapon and possession of a weapon in a safe school zone.
Let's take a live look outside into West Ocean City to check on the weather tonight. It's cold out there, but the official first day of winter is tomorrow, and our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now to check on that forecast with us. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Mallory. It almost feels like we got a chance to cheat on the exam and got the answers to the questions early. How chilly will it be for Christmas? Well, try freezing. That's what it's going to be like. But it's going to be a lot sunnier and milder during the afternoon hours. It's an interesting situation. Right now, we take a look at our clouds. Right now, with our clouds and radar, we have high pressure and control of our weather, but it's actually stationed just well to our west. Now, this combination of high pressure systems, they're kind of melting together for the effort. They're tag teaming and creating a big, gigantic clockwise swirl in what's happening in the upper atmosphere. And so it's going to bring in the winds coming in out of the north for us. That's going to translate into a few more clouds for us, but basically keep it really chilly in the morning time and keep it a little bit breezy along the shore. That's where we have the small craft advisories that are active here as well as throughout the Chesapeake Bay area. Coming up, we're going to talk about just how good, how bad, or how in between the weather's going to be for your holiday weekend. But for right now, back to you, Mallory.
Thank you, Paul. And for more weather updates, make sure to pull out your phones and scan the QR code you see on the screen for our First Alert weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need.
New tonight, we have an update to a story that actually happened way back in early November. Delaware State Police have been investigating a major accident, and now that accident has officially turned deadly. The initial accident happened on November 3rd in Seaford. A Chevy box truck pulled out in front of a Ford F-150 at the intersection of Ferry Road and Woodpecker Road, causing a collision. There were 2 people in each vehicle, all of them taken to an area hospital. This week on Tuesday, the 58-year-old driver of the Ford truck, a Seaford man, died due to his injuries. None of the names have been released, and even now the investigation is ongoing.
Taking a look across Delmarva, thousands of chickens caught in a fire. There was a commercial structure fire in Pocomoke this morning. It happened a little before 6 a.m. on Boston Road. When crews got to the scene, they found fire and smoke coming from a chicken house with 18,000 4-week-old chickens inside. Wildfire teams were able to prevent the fire from spreading to other nearby chicken houses. The structure itself was a complete loss. This investigation is ongoing.
'Tis the season for porch pirates, but thieves in Kent County recently stole right out of people's mailboxes. Delaware State Police says Mark Morris and Aaliyah Coleman of Dover were arrested Tuesday night. Troopers say they responded to Wood Duck Lane in Camden, Wyoming for reports of people in a white Tahoe driving around and checking mailboxes. Police say that they found envelopes and packages on the floorboard of the Tahoe. The mail was addressed to people in Hazelville Road and the Wild Quail Golf and Country Club. Morris and Coleman were charged with multiple crimes and released on their own recognizance.
There are reports of intensive talks taking place with Israel and Hamas on a new ceasefire to let aid reach Gaza and free more hostages. As Jay Gray reports, this comes as concerns grow over continued airstrikes in the region.
Good evening. Let's start with what's going on the ground right now in Gaza. The IDF tells us that they are continuing to carry out attacks over the last 24 to 48 hours, many of those focused on the area to the north of the region. They are saying that they have targeted 300 or more what they call terrorist targets in the region, and say that they are making progress with taking full control of the northern part of the Gaza Strip. We know that they continue to focus on areas that they believe Hamas has set up command and control centers, and they continue to work to clear out some of the tunnels that are in that region as well. And all of this going on as negotiations have apparently intensified for another pause in the fighting to get some of the hostages back home. We know that with Qatari working as the intermediary here, that the talks have escalated. The U.S., of course, with its diplomats taking part in some of that as well. And there are reports that this pause could last a full week, and that would be on the condition that all of the women, the children, and men over the age of 60 are released. That's the very latest on the situation right now. I'm Jay Gray, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Colorado's state Supreme Court made a bombshell decision on Tuesday, ruling that former President Trump's actions in the run-up to the January 6th Capitol attack disqualify him from being on the state's primary ballot in 2024. While that decision will almost certainly head to the Supreme Court now, today in Wisconsin, President Biden was asked to give his thoughts. While he didn't directly address the Colorado ruling, he did say that Trump is, in fact, an insurrectionist.
Now, whether the 14th Amendment applies, I'll let the court make that decision. But he certainly supported an insurrection. And no question about it. None. Zero.
Former President Trump also reacting on social media, posting, quote, "a sad day in America," unquote. As for what's next, the Supreme Court will weigh in, or is at least expected to weigh in. What the justices decide would set precedent for other states that also have efforts underway to remove Trump from the ballot.
Tomorrow is the special election for State Representative District 37, which is the Millsboro and Georgetown area. The election is being held following the resignation of former State Representative Ruth Briggs King, who moved to a new home over the district line in November. The Delaware Republican Party is formally endorsing Valerie Jones Giltner, and Delaware Democrats nominated Jane Hovington for the seat. The election will take place from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at assigned polling locations.
Governor Carney announced Delaware and U.S. Wind are negotiating a potential lease for 3R's Beach in the Delaware Seashore State Park. The company says it wants to lease the land for two major wind farm projects. The company says it's looking to run cables under the beach. One local worries how the project will affect wildlife.
It could be an eyesore, especially if they are very close to land or to the beaches. And they also may pose a threat to the wildlife.
The outline says that the company plans to give back to those who live in Delaware with benefits like funding for dredging in coastal areas, environmental education, scholarship funds, resiliency fund for climate change projects at state parks, and more. And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what's your view on offshore wind projects? Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier this evening.
Look at your screen here. 51% now say they support offshore wind projects. 47% oppose them. These numbers have been changing back and forth all evening. Just 2% want more information.
They've been close all evening, which I think is interesting. You can go vote right now. This is always a controversial subject. You can do it at coasttvnews.com or on our Coast TV mobile app, and we'll have those updated results online. We are just getting started this evening.
Still to come this evening, removing a Confederate statue, the hallowed ground in Arlington that's now rebel-free.
Silvery skies are expected. We'll have a serene start to the seasonal splendor. Details are straight ahead.
And next, mocktail party. How to have a blast and fun this holiday season without feeling the need to overindulge. We're going to be back in just 60 seconds.
It hardly ever snows in our house this time of year, which can be a big bummer. But I still check every day, just in case. My mom says never give up, because the holidays are full of miracles. And they are, especially with my mom.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
The countdown to savings is on during the year-end clearance going on now at the car store and the truck store. With a great selection to choose from, you'll find the perfect car or truck. And with best-in-market pricing and maximum trade-in values, you'll save a ton of money. And with guaranteed financing, no matter your credit, you could ride today. Don't miss the year-end clearance at the car store, Route 13 Laurel and Salisbury, and the truck store, Route 13 Dover and Delmar. 4 locations, one great company.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
In an effort to make our roads safer this holiday season, the Delaware Office of Highway Safety is partnering with Purdue Farms for the annual Safe Family Holiday Campaign. People learned about holiday roadway dangers and received language-specific materials to share with loved ones. The event today also featured custom Safe Family Holiday mocktails, highlighting non-alcoholic options to promote safe driving practices, especially during the holiday season.
Most of our accidents in Delaware are October to December, kind of holiday time of year. So if we can get a lot of information out there to our associates about it, share it with family members, hopefully it makes it a little safer, a little better this year.
The Office of Highway Safety and Purdue Farms will continue promoting trilingual safe family holiday education and safety in Delaware facilities.
A century-old Confederate memorial is being removed from Arlington National Cemetery. A cemetery spokesperson says it's part of a push to remove symbols that commemorate the Confederacy from military-related facilities. A federal judge issued a temporary injunction on Monday, stopping the removal after receiving complaints from the memorial's supporters that grave sites nearby were being desecrated by contractors working at the site. But after touring the site, the judge lifted the injunction on Tuesday, saying he didn't see any desecration of any graves. Republican Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin arranged for it to be moved to land owned by the Virginia Military Institute in the Shenandoah Valley.
It's the wrong map. All right, let's take a look at what's happening for our highs for tomorrow. We're looking for temperatures to hover in the 40s with plenty of sunshine thanks to winds pushing out of the north. Where we stand right now, 39 degrees. Winds out of the northwest, 5 miles per hour. We are going to continue to trickle into the 30s for the rest of this evening, but with clear skies. Take a look at how chilly it feels around the entire Delmarva Peninsula. It feels like 29 in Redden as well as 29 degrees in Seaford. We're holding at about 34 Bethany Beach as well as Selbyville. The wind's picking up a little bit of momentum, but not a whole lot. Not enough to really fuss about, but to take note of. Out of the northwest, we have 9 mile per hour wind gusts for us out of the northwest in Rehoboth, 8 mile per hour wind gusts for us in Millsboro, and only a 6 mile per hour wind gust in Selbyville. But we do indeed have concerns for winds because we have this small craft advisory that's going to stay active for right now until about 6 o'clock Friday morning. We may actually get upgraded to even stronger wind concerns after that. We'll see as the storm system gets a little bit closer to us. But for right now, nothing of great concern is that close to us. As we take a look at our expectations for the rest of the evening, we're going to stay in the 30s. Now, the winds are pouring out of the north for tomorrow morning, 33 to 35 degrees. Now, with this latest model run, that's actually a bit warmer, about 3 degrees warmer than our latest model run from earlier this evening. Now, even with that being the case, we're looking for temperatures in the 40s for the afternoon, sunshine, cloudy for Friday morning, but then we come back to some more sunshine by the afternoon, and then we'll warm to like 42 degrees, staying in the 30s. If we're going to be doing the hiking for tomorrow, we'll start off at 40 degrees at 10 o'clock, then we'll hover at about 43 between 1 and 4 before we drop back down to 38 with partly cloudy skies. Now let's fast forward to the holiday, okay? So Saturday, the real last-minute shopping day, right? We're looking for cloudy skies, but not expecting any rain for Saturday. It's going to look like it's going to rain. We may even catch a little stray drizzle, but nothing really. We'll have some spot sprinkles that'll try to pull through by 6:30 in the morning. That's really for Kent and for Newcastle County, well to our north. But after that, not a problem. Now, the real rain will step into the picture for Tuesday going into Wednesday early in the morning and Wednesday afternoon. So Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be the days we're expecting the real rain. But as far as this weekend is concerned, and remember we talked about small business shopping, you got to support the local economy because you got to support your neighbors, okay? Everybody else, hey, if Amazon get your money, somebody else can too, right? 52, 56 degrees, looking for partly to mostly cloudy skies. For tonight, 30 degrees. We'll push it to 46 for tomorrow and 45 on Friday. Not a shabby start to winter. Here's a look at the extended forecast. We're looking for Christmas Eve, and then Kwanzaa will have a little bit of rain by then.
Thank you, Paul. Setting the table ahead on Coast TV News at 11, where you can dine out even on Christmas.
Powerful speeches, prayers, and performances. The upcoming event honoring the work and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 11.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
We decided to do upgrades on our house that we had built ourselves. We were looking for a particular company that would be on the same page we were as far as craftsmanship and take pride in a job well done. Now we're having the bathroom done, and we went with Spicer Brothers. I've never seen anything as fast and as efficient.
Unbelievable how quick he is, and for a one-man show.
He has a passion for his craft, and he's so efficient. We're just so tickled to death to have him.
So before you sign, keep Bass by Spicer Brothers in mind.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright.
Now, get 2.9% for 72 months plus no payments for 90 days on Ford F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared. Brought to you by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Ocean City has announced its second annual Dream Fest during Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. The three-day event honors Dr. King's legacy with music, history tours, a prayer breakfast, and speeches. The event features performances by Who's Bad, The Purple Experience, and Take Six. The celebration will be held January 12th through the 14th.
In business news, General Mills reported sales were weaker than expected in the second quarter. The company blamed softening demand for snacks and breakfast food, but some analysts say that the real problem is that the company raised prices too aggressively. Imagine that. Higher prices made consumers turn to competing brands that are cheaper. General Mills is lowering its sales expectations, but not its prices for next year.
Consumer confidence in the U.S. is at its highest level since July. That's according to a Conference Board report released today. The business group's Consumer Confidence Index jumped to 110.7 from a downwardly revised 101 in November. Economists at the Conference Board say December's increase in consumer confidence is a sign of positive current business conditions and job availability, along with a more positive outlook on personal income.
Coming up in sports, a henlopen battle, a clash on the wrestling mat tonight. See who took this match between Caesar Rodney and Laurel.
Heading to the movies Christmas weekend, the holiday screenings ringing in the holiday at this theater for those who celebrate and those who don't.
We salute James H. Pollard Jr. From 1949 to 1951, James exemplified dedication to his nation. He further committed to his country's defense by being a part of the reserves from 1960 to 1966, demonstrating enduring loyalty and service.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Are you tired of being tired? A new mattress may be the answer. And Johnny Janasic is your one-stop mattress superstore. Shop the largest selection in the region with all the best brands under one roof. Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Serta, and bed-in-a-box options from Casper, Nectar, Molecule, Ghost, and Purple. And discover how an adjustable base can change your life. Visit your one-stop mattress superstore, Johnny Janasic's Mattress World.
Draper Holdings, parent company of WBOC and CoastTV, has an opening for a human resource specialist. Provide HR support for approximately 150 employees in 4 locations. Candidates should have an associate's degree with a background in recruitment, employee relations, and payroll. ADP and SHRM certification and a bachelor's degree are a plus. Join Draper Holdings as our newest human resource specialist with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Holdings is an equal opportunity employer.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
Honey, where are you?
Whether it's a natural disaster or just everyday life's mishaps, Royal Plus brings calm to the chaos. In disaster's wake, there's one call to make. Royal Plus.
So, why do people open up differently here?
You are too much, Tamron Hall.
Reveal things they've never told before.
Ooh, Tamron. I don't think I've ever said this out loud.
Do things they've never done before.
Let me take these teeth out.
So keep your light shining.
Because it's how she makes you feel.
Happiness, joy.
It's how you make her feel. There's only one Tamron Hall.
Thursday at 3 on Coast TV.
The next movie openings coming out at the Cinema Art Theater in Lewis are for the holiday season. The Holdovers, Dream Scenario, and The Boy and the Heron all open on December 22nd. The Rehoboth Beach Film Society says its fourth production of the Metropolitan Opera Live in HD 2023 to 2024 season of Florencia en el Amazonas opens December 23rd at 4 p.m. A Christmas Day tradition for many is going to the movies, and this year the theater is screening Dreaming of a Jewish Christmas at 4 p.m. Grab tickets for A Fish Called Wanda on New Year's Eve.
Christmas Day is going to be here before you know it. Only 5 days left, barely 5 days left, for family and friends to gather around the table and feast.
I can't wait, but restaurants on the coast say more and more people are actually choosing to eat out for the holiday instead of following the tradition of cooking at home.
As Coast TV News reporter Tori Seagrave shows us, there are a few reasons why people are choosing to break from the norm.
A table is set with plates and silverware. While many people are used to cooking for the holidays and preparing their own dining tables, many say they are opting to cook less this year. Leslie and Joe Legston, who live in Milton, say they are ordering their food from various local shops for their holiday meal.
Today's times and some of the expenses with food now and everything, you're probably just as well off going out buying or even eating out versus bringing it home and trying to prep everything.
Even restaurants like Harvest Tide Steakhouse here in Lewis say that their reservations for dining in on Christmas Day are quickly filling up. The manager of the restaurant says holidays are becoming their busiest days of the year and expect to seat at least 200 guests Christmas Day.
We've tried closing Christmas Eve, open Christmas. We've flip-flopped back and forth. People really have a high demand for that for us here. We have a lot of retirees in this town, so that basically is most of our demographic year-round, and then on the holidays they need somewhere to go and their family lives on the West Coast or too far away to travel to.
But there are still some people who choose to keep the tradition of cooking a feast for the holidays alive.
Christmas is time to be home, be snuggled in, have the fireplace on, glass of wine. We all like to cook, so.
Whether you choose to stay home or dine out, there are a growing amount of options on the coast. I'm Tori Seagraves in Lewis, Coast TV News.
If you're looking to have somebody else do your cooking, a list of restaurants that are going to be open on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day, those can be found up on our website, coasttvnews.com.
Don't forget to tune in to Coast TV for some Saturday football. It's the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers at 4:30 p.m. Then we will have your hyperlocal broadcast at 11 p.m. Saturday night.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. A henlopen battle in high school wrestling. The Caesar Rodney Riders looking to open their season with a win and facing the Laurel Bulldogs, who were going for their second straight team victory. Laurel started the night off solid, leading 23-12 at one point, but at the 150 pounds match, Craig Dixon wastes no time getting Landon Messick down on the mat for the pin. Gets that win under 20 seconds, showing pure dominance. At 165, Logan Heffington goes for the double leg takedown, gets to his feet, then later running his opponent right into a pin. Great drive from the senior, now to 175. Charles Ellis off Laurel tries to bring Owen Dixon down, but it backfires as Owen is able to stay on top, get in position, and finish the pin. Up we go to 190. Brent Polk again displaying strength, getting the turn, driving his feet, and able to get 6 points of his own. 2 more to go now. First at the 215-pound division from the 215 pounds class, Owen Meester. No known relation to Berger, and he enjoys the holiday season, dominating this matchup. And then last but not least, the heavyweight division at 285. Talented football lineman Joseph Bayard of Laurel, able to get the rolling slam and pin to finish out the night, but they would fall short to CR, and CR would go on to win 42-33. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
We love decorating for the holidays, and we love seeing your homes around Delmarva. Take a look at your screen. We got this holiday house glowing with Christmas joy from Tracy Rossetto in Rehoboth Beach. Thank you so much for sharing your photo. You can send your pictures and videos to us at coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse.
The holiday season is here. It is really here. And the Bless Our Children campaign, it's in full swing. Already we've collected an incredible $286,000. That's all going to help provide Christmas for children who otherwise might go without. But as we all know, this year is creating hardships for more and more people, and the need for help is going to be even larger. So here's a look at some people who've already stepped up.
Season's greetings. That's what this Christmas card says. It is from Georgetown. Thank you so much for your card and your donation to our Bless Our Children campaign. I'm going to add this card to our Christmas tree here, full of all the other cards and donations we've received so far this year. If you want to donate, go to blessourchildren.org.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count on.
My darling granddaughter, this camera was given to me when I was your age. May it capture your big, beautiful life the way it did mine.
It's so surprising what the little things can do. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody
Oh, Merry Christmas, Grandma.
Elmer's Market, located on Route 404 in Georgetown, open all year round, offers local produce, meats, seafood, and delicious baked goods. We're more than just a produce stand. Take a stroll outside to our garden center. We have plants, shrubs, trees, and decor for the yard. Stop for a selection of unique gifts from local artisans and wreaths for the holidays. Get 10% off your purchase just by mentioning this ad. Elmer's Market, produce, grocery, and garden, bringing you fresh, local quality at its best.
Over 100 boys and girls basketball teams. 5 days of the best high school basketball talent in the country. And it's all on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the first tip of the day to the wrap-up show each night, DSN will bring you all the action. The 41st Annual Governor's Challenge, exclusively on DSN. Presented by OC Floor and Home Gallery and Piedmont Airlines. Download the DSN app to see the action from every court. Local teams, big dreams.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long, only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Tune to 100.9% classic country or download the app to listen anywhere.
There are 11 days left in 2023. If your New Year's resolutions include running or walking more or giving back to local causes, then here's an event for you. The Quiet Resorts Charitable Foundation is hosting the Hair of the Dog 5K run and 1 mile walk, as well as the Leo Brady Ocean Plunge. Run through downtown Bethany Beach before cooling off in the icy ocean. This event takes place at the boardwalk, but you can also do it virtually. Organizers say they're giving money raised to service-focused students in 4-year scholarships.
Let's take a look at your exclusive Coast TV 10-day forecast. Well, first of all, we're going to recognize, that, winter officially starts tomorrow. And then we're looking for Friday, the first full day of winter. Saturday and Sunday, last minute shopping days, 52 on Saturday, 56. Well, you can't shop on Sunday, but you could possibly, I guess. And then we're looking at Christmas Day, 57 degrees. First day of Kwanzaa, 57 as well. We'll go up to 60 on Wednesday, then we'll curtail it back down to that really cold feeling.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.